What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the JTW Sports Show. It's Thanksgiving break. We're at home, but the grind doesn't stop, baby. We still got to keep up with the Wednesday power rankings. So that's what we're getting into. It's Wednesday. We got some NFL power rankings. TJ, take it away, brother.
I made some bad picks last week. The teams that were in inevitably lost, starting with the Titans, the Cowboys. The Cowboys are so seesaw right now. We don't know if they're good or they're bad. Or
Facts.
I called it a couple weeks ago. I swear to God, they're going to finish 8-8 or 8-9. Sorry, I forgot.
They'll go 8-1. They'll figure it out.
So I'm going to start. We've been going the past couple weeks. We've been going 5-1. I'm going from 1 to 5 because I think it's the easiest way to go right now. So with that being said, I think even without my number one pick, even without Kyler Murray, Colt McCoy has stepped up. I think the Arizona Cardinals are back at number 1 right now, just because out of the top 5 teams from last week, they are the only one that won. So leading into that at number 2, just because I still think they are a dominant team in the NFL. And I think last week was more of they couldn't get it going early. I have the Green Bay Packers. I think Rodgers showed that Rodgers can flip a switch real quick when he needs to. And it is showed in some of those second half drives where he was throwing 75-yard bombs to Devontae Adams. At number 3, they didn't play this week. They were on their bye. I had them at 4 last week. I have the Rams. I think that they're going to lose to the Packers this week. I am calling that. But I do have the Rams at 3 just because that's kind of where I had them last week and they didn't play. So I'm not going to move a team out of the top 5 because they didn't play. Like, that's kind of unfair. So at number 4, they showed a exceptional performance on Monday night against the Giants. I have the Bucs. I think Tom Brady's finally back in his groove after, losing to the Washington football team. I think that team's finally going, all right, we need to stop messing around, But like we've said before, they don't care about power rankings. They don't care about that. They're just trying to get to the playoffs. And once they get to the playoffs, Brady's going to do his thing. At number 5, though, I have a team that none of us have had in the top 5. And personally, I believe this team's better than the Patriots when it comes down to it, because this team is a ground and pound team. I have the Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh.
I think with Jonathan Taylor, MVP Jonathan Taylor, he's going to be my MVP vote right now. After a 5-tutty performance against what we all said was a good Bills team, I just don't see how we cannot not have them in the top 5 because
team in the top 5. That's kind of wild.
I think that they picked it up late. I think they started off with their struggles early, and then they realized that we have Jonathan Taylor, and now they're shooting the gun. I think they've won the past 3 games, if I'm not mistaken.
They did start out 1-4, and now they're 6-5. So they have gone.
They've gone a distance now, and I think that they are better. I think the Patriots are a very good team as well. I mean, heck, they're the AFC leaders right now over the Bills. So, but I think the Colts are a better team than the Patriots in the long run.
All right. I'll go next, if you don't mind, Jimmy. I have 2 new teams in my top 5. Last week I had Packers at 1, Titans 2, Cardinals 3, Cowboys 4, and Bills 5. This week, Cowboys and Bills they're out. They both had pretty bad losses. I wouldn't say the Chiefs are a bad loss, but they looked bad. The Cowboys look bad. They've looked bad the last couple of weeks, in my opinion.
No, they look home. Remember, they looked bad.
Then they looked good
and then looked bad again. Like I said, Cecil.
Yeah. The Bills had a bad loss. So I'm gonna do what TJ did. I'm gonna go from 1 to 5. At 1 again, Arizona Cardinals. The best record in the league. You can't really knock them. They're winning. They lost J.J. Watt. Haven't had D-Hop or Kyler Murray. They're still winning. I think the reason they lost to Carolina was literally because Cam came back and that Carolina, they just had a lot of energy, and the Cardinals were like, they're like, oh, we got another game without our star player. So they're my number 1. At number 2, I'm going to bump the Packers down. There's Aaron Rodgers. They still have Aaron Rodgers. I still think they're, in my opinion, they're the Super Bowl favorites still, even though they just lost to the Vikings. So at number 3, I'm going to put the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know that might be a little high. I didn't even have them in my rankings last week. But it's kind of hard to go against what they're doing right now. I hate Tom Brady, but I always say it. You can't go against Tom Brady, you know? So they're my number 3 team. At number 4, I have the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots, winners of 5 in a row. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I just feel like they got to be in there.
Yeah, but were there 5 teams worthy of bumping them up to the top 5?
Yeah, you put the Colts in.
They're, in my opinion,
Right.
I mean, looking at the league, the next closest, I mean, Kansas City's won 4 in a row, and the Colts have won 3 in a row. Other than that, nobody else has won more than 2 in a row. So I just, they're the hottest team in the league, and
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, they're, this season's been crazy. So that I'm putting them at number 4. And then my number 5 team, they lost last week. It was a bad loss, but the Tennessee Titans. I got to keep them in there just because they're still winning. Yes, they had a bad loss, but so have some of the other teams on this list.
Okay, so you're telling me that you went Bucks 3, Patriots 4.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. Well, it's absolutely crazy. So did I. I'm gonna go 1 to 5. Last week I had the Packers 1, Cardinals 2, Titans 3, Cowboys 4, Bills 5. But this week I have the same 4 as Will. I got the Cardinals at 1. I got the Packers at 2 for the same reasons. I mean, the Cardinals best record in the league. You can't fight that. Colt McCoy's been playing all right. James Conner's been doing his thing. Chase Edmonds is on IR, but when he gets back, they're even stronger. They're gonna have Kyler, Chase, and D Hop back. That team is tight. They got JJ Watt, obviously that hurts, but they've been playing really good defensively. Chandler Jones had another really good game. Yeah, Packers. Aaron Rodgers did his thing. Devontae Adams did his thing. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with that 75-yard touchdown. He looked good. Their offense looks good. Their defense doesn't look bad. It's just the Vikings played really good.
Yeah, that game was more on the Vikings
the Vikings played fantastic, but they still not enough to bump into the top 5, obviously. But yeah, the Bucks.
They're a 5-5 team.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like the Colts, bumping them into,
Listen.
Anyways.
Mark my words, Colts are making it to the playoffs, going deep.
All righty. So then, I mean, Tampa Bay. You can't bet against Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. He's the best quarterback to ever play. Sorry, he's the greatest quarterback to ever play. And that team is just fantastic. Jason Pierre-Paul has been, since he came to the team, has been a huge addition, and he's showing his veteran leadership. He's a fantastic player.
He's playing with a torn, I think torn rotator cuff right now or something.
Yeah, they're saying something. I forget what it was.
It was either that. I know it might have been a bicep too. I can't remember.
Maybe some Antoine McClee out there, but and then the Patriots, I also have them at 4. New England's been hot 5 in a row. Mac Jones is playing like a vet, dude. He's been playing good. He's having completions. He's not having the super, tons of yards games, but he is managing so well. He's doing so good. He's exactly what Belichick wants, and I think he is the best pick they could have picked out of the quarterbacks for that team going forward. And then my number 5. This one's interesting. Will, you had who'd you have at 5? Oh, the Titans at 5, even though they lost to the Texans, who had 2 wins on the season. That's something else to talk about. TJ, you had
the Colts.
5. The Colts. Whoa. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh God.
I know you guys hate it. I know you hate it, but look, dude, they're hot right now. That offense found its groove. Their defense is still not quite there, but you look at the other teams that they're, my whole thought process was I'm competing with teams that I can choose between 6 and 8, and I think they're in that discussion for sure.
I mean, no, I'm a Chiefs guy. I think if in my opinion they need to win one more before I can.
As a Broncos fan, I can't be a Chiefs guy.
Well, understandably, but yeah, no, I think Pat Mahomes is back. I mean, he was never gone. I mean, he was just throwing some. He was doing too much, throwing some interceptions, but he's starting to calm down. He's starting to play like the old Pat Mahomes. Tyreek Hill still Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce still Travis Kelce. They finally got Clyde Edwards-Helaire back, and that's big. Darrell Williams is playing all right for them, but that is their go-to running back. Yeah. Their team is healthy for the most part.
Their defense is getting they're getting better. They're still not anywhere near where they need to be, but they're
but let's see. Chris Jones just had 3.5 sacks.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's huge. And so I think they're definitely finding their rhythm. And once they get that rhythm, I don't think this team can really be stopped. I think they can stop themselves, but I don't think any other team, any defense in this league can stop that offense. I'm hoping, truthfully, I hope they go to the Super Bowl versus the Packers. I hope that's what happens because I think that'll be a shootout game and that'll be a fun game. I don't think that's going to happen, but I still got the Buccaneers, beating the Bills.
Honestly, if we're saying it, I think I could, even though I didn't put them in my top 5, I could see a Patriots-Packers Super Bowl.
No. Patriots aren't making it that far. Not with
the AFC is so wishy-washy right now.
Bro, TJ, stop. They're not going to make it to the Super Bowl with Mac Jones as their quarterback. At least not yet.
Yeah. Not yet. I can't. Not his rookie year. I know Bill Belichick is a great coach. Bill Belichick is a great coach, but I mean, if the season ended right now, they would play. They'd play the Chargers in the first playoff game. I think the Chargers would beat them.
That's another team that's going to be on the come up soon too. Be out or watch out for them.
Phenomenal.
I mean, there's a lot of teams you look at. You got the Chargers, the Bengals, the Bills.
It's tough, dude. There's no clear Super Bowl favorite right now. That's what's
this team is so much better than all these other teams. There's none of that going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the AFC and you have 6 teams with 4 losses.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, the NFC you have 1, 2, 3. You have 4 teams with 3 losses, but then after that, everybody has 5 or more losses. So, the NFC is more top heavy, but the AFC is more spread out. It's kind of like how the in the NBA, how the East is top heavy and then the West is spread out. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see.
I personally want to see if the Cardinals can keep making their run. I don't know if they can do it, dude. They remind me of that Steelers team
from last year.
That started out.
That was last year. They started out 11-0.
Yeah, 11-0, and then after that they kind of fell off.
They started out 11-0 and won one of their last 5 games. Nah, they're better than that team, in my opinion.
Oh, I think they're better than them, but I'm just saying that team reminds me of them. I think they're going to fall off in a sec. I don't think they're going to start losing as much as they are, but I mean, they're not going to stay at number 1.
The rest of their schedule, they play the Bears, the Rams, the Lions, the Colts, the Cowboys, and the Seahawks.
Those are some good teams, dude. Them Lions, they're good, man.
Hey, I'm calling it. You heard it here. Lions are going to get their first win on Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Hold on. Jimmy can tell you, I said it last year. Granted, they don't have Matty Stafford. The Lions play their best game every year on Thanksgiving.
It's a fact, but it's always been with Matt Stafford.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. And I don't think Jared Goff is the answer.
Well, Jared Goff has been out the last couple of weeks, and
I know.
They're saying he's questionable for the game, so he could come back.
Man, he'll play. It's a Thanksgiving game. He'll play.
Honestly, I'm calling it. They're going to get their first win this week. But I really want it to be against the Falcons because I bet that they would beat the Falcons in the first game and get their first win in the season.
Oh man, Falcons are making the playoffs. You heard it here first. Anyways, hey, it's exciting. I'm ready to see what goes on. Obviously, tomorrow Thanksgiving got 3 games. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited to watch football all day. Haven't been.
You know what's great? You know what's great? It's another week to watch our top 5 just implode like it does every week.
Oh my god, imagine.
We're gonna start losing credibility here, boys, if we don't.
We really are.
Anyways, well, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your top 5 and what you think about ours. And write in the comments that Jimmy's still the best. I always have the best list every week. It's insane. I'm getting kind of tired of it, boys.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Yep.
Anyways, we'll see you in the next one. See you guys.
See you guys.